Hello. Happy Sunday. Hobie, Kel, and everyone else, come on in. I know we've got tons of people just in the lobby waiting for the show to start as always. And here it goes. It has started. Yes, we have audio, we have video. We're broadcasting to the entire universe. Zero drop frames. I hope everyone's having a lovely Sunday. I sure am. It's great. It's actually I like this. I like these Sundays in which there's no football. It's like it's like I get the whole day. And speaking of, what else do I have besides the whole day? I've got this freshly poured Diet Coke can poured into the glass. Oh, doesn't it make you just want to have your own Diet Coke? Please go out and buy a Diet. I'm not going to do that anymore. Never going to do that again. I don't shill for anybody. But oh my God, that's so good. My life has been changed. It hasn't. But anyway, what else do we have? What else do we have for you in store for today? The beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. Oh, this is going to be a good one today, I can tell. No, it's going to be a nice long stream. Let me tell you a little bit about it while we trickle in here. Yeah, I guess we'll start off with a little Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Don't know where I'm going to go, what kind I'm flying in. Honestly, having a plan is not part of the plan. Let me put it that way. If I had to plan ahead where I'm going to go, what I'm going to fly in, I'd have to do that every time, and I don't want to do that anytime, so I don't do it. Basically, I'm going to let once the globe comes up, we'll spin it and see where it comes up. Now we have a lot of California content to do, so we'll probably do that. They just had the city update, and there's definitely new things for sure, even in 2024. We've been doing it. We went up Yosemite Valley. We took a tour around the South San Francisco area. We did San Diego. So I think we're kind of but there's places that are on the map like Santa Barbara, which we flew around not too long ago, but apparently they've improved. Anyway, so that's the first half of the show. The second half of the show is a live musical performance. Can you believe it? By me personally. I'm not hiring a musician to come in here and play music for you. I'm going to personally do it this time. I'm going to bring my piano in. It's in the garage. I'll find it. Bring my piano in and the stand. The stand first and then the piano, because otherwise it won't be right. So I'll slap the stand down and then the piano on top of it. And it will magically transform into Ken's Piano Lounge. Yep, that's what it says in the title, Ken's Piano Lounge. Yesterday was a guitar day. The day before was a Rocksmith bass day. So I'm thinking tomorrow's stream is a bass day. But tomorrow's stream, I didn't mention there's the third half of the stream. That's me playing that's building Legos. I'm playing. Just as a little teaser for what we're working on. We're working on this Star Wars R2-D2 kit. There's a couple of different R2-D2 kits. There's a huge one, and this is kind of the big one. There's a smaller one, I believe, too. But we got the body and the head now. That's the head swinging around there. Okay, the front is there. So that's kind of the body. And you can kind of see it's not completed yet. Doesn't have the arms, the legs, but that's why we're going to build two more of these kits, or two more bags today. We're starting with bag number 8 of 12. We're not going to finish it today. Maybe we'll do 3. Maybe we'll do 2 bags. That takes like an hour. So that's the third half of the show. Don't do the math on that, by the way. It could cause you to go crazy. And that's going to be a nice long, probably 3-hour stream. I don't have anything going on. I'm happy to just sit here and basically do my thing that I would be doing anyway, even if I wasn't broadcasting. Oh, did I mention the big brain games today? I think I forgot entirely to mention the big brain games. Let's move on with all this. Nobody cares. At least until they occur. All right, here's the big controller. The controller is operating. I don't care about the upgrades in the marketplace. Let's just go right into free flight. Okay, first I like to pick the plane. We haven't flown the AT Ascendants or the F-117A in a while. In fact, have I even ever cold started the F-117? It's a recent update. I've had it for a long time, but I haven't had it in game a long time. It's a pretty wild little flyer too. Let's fly it. It's always different. All right, you can configure it. It comes in many different shades of black because it's a stealth plane. All these different shades. But then there's a couple of random like wacky colors. that you never see on it because it's only comes in the real world, only comes in one color, black, not gray. What's this gray one look like? Because that one is really wacky. Okay. All right, wacky it is. FSD1. I have no idea what that refers to. And we're cold starting today? Yeah, I think we should. I don't think it's too hard. It's kind of a modern button pushing kind of start procedure. I might have to look at the manual. All right, so at least it's a beautiful day in California. I think we should probably just do Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara is here. So we'll do Santa Barbara. We'll fly around here. Actually, maybe we should take off from Shepherd Ranch, or not Shepherd Ranch. This one here, Crawford. I meant Santa Ynez. That's the one. That's the one I meant. Yeah. Okay. Santa Ynez. Oof. Is that long enough for this? I believe we need more of a runway. Vandenberg Air Force Base has a nice long runway. 42,000. One of the longest runways in the country here. Vandenberg Air Force Base. It was for landing space shuttle, so it's 15,000 feet long. But that'll make it nice and easy to take off. All right. So then we're gonna head east over Vandenberg. Check out Lompoc. Fly over the ridge here, come up behind the ridge, check out this, I think what lake is this? I don't remember. And then visit Santa Barbara and this part of the coast. Carpinteria to Isla Vista, this part of this part of the coast here. And that will be a little flight for today. Apparently they've updated it, but I don't know. We'll see what's updated. All right, starting at Vandenberg Air Force Base. Oops, I unstarted. But not on the runway. Let's start at a ramp so I can cold start and we can warm up the engines and take a look around this wacky F-117 stealth fighter. Let's see, I got my throttle body plugged in. I got my the Bluetooth controller. It's been a while, but actually we'll have to see. Let's get in here and take a look. Just before we get in, you see there's like the stairway, the inter-aircraft thing. You can look around. It's all pointy, and with sharp edges. Let's just get inside the plane here. This is a full, okay, and we have the canopy open, which is kind of cool. Because normally in 2024, the canopy has a different method of entering and exit than the other 2024 planes. A better one, which is using a separate thing than opening and closing the canopy. So that's independent of entering the plane. All right, let's see, where's our masters? Let's find our masters here, somewhere around here. That's master test. One of these is going to be like battery, autopilot, or I can use the checklist to find it. It's probably on the other side. Come to think of it, this side here. It's really dark. Let's see what we got. I'll figure it out eventually. Stuff there. Antenna. It's got a lot of buttons. Power on. Is that it? No, that's radar. Oh, I think it's up here. I don't remember. Okay, master battery. External power probably put on, right? Normal. Okay, external power is normal. Okay, generators are off. Actually, let's look at the checklist. Why not? I don't think it's too bad. Let's take a peek. I may not have seen it before. Okay, if we're starting engine, battery lights, battery switch on, tail hook switch. Okay, hook's not down. External power displays on. Are they on? Yeah, displays are on. Okay. Caution reset. Computers are on. I don't have no idea. Throttle's off. Okay, I'm using throttle control here. So throttle's to off. Fuel panel. It's not showing me where the fuel panel is. That's great. So yeah, this is one of those useless ones. Oof. Because it doesn't show where these panels are. And it doesn't give you an option to do anything. Oof. All right. Oof, that might make it hard to turn this on. We can always use the Control-A cheat. Because now that I remember, there is an APU that has to be turned on first. And it's over here, isn't it? Let's see. Auxiliary generator. APU starter. Let's see. Is it on close, open, or close? Can't even tell. And then I don't know if we can start the engines already. Let's find out. I kind of hear something starting up. I guess I should give it some crack the throttle here. I'm skipping over the checklist because it doesn't show you where you're supposed to look. Let's see if I can find any of these engine masters. Yeah, this is not a great plane, let me put it that way, in terms of being useful to pilots for startups and stuff like that. Do we get, yeah, neither engine is going to start up. Okay, let's see if I can figure out, do I not have the engine masters on? Is there a way of hiding the throttle? So you can see, I think they're kind of hidden. Let's see. Engine master. Yeah, if I remember correctly now, this is a really hard plane to start up. Now that I look at it, let's see, all computers. Are these on or off? It's really hard to tell what position is. Okay, yeah, I gotta look up close. Computers need to be on. I didn't do that. What else needs to be on? See, that's oxygen. This shouldn't matter. External power is fine. Let's see, canopy stuff. Okay. I'm having a good time anyway. I don't really care. Like if I hide this, it will show anything here. It's usually weapons related. There's that there. We're still getting our caution. Keeps showing as a caution. That's tricky. Where's the engine stuff? Okay, here. Okay, what's this? Normal. Refueling. That should be fine. Flight controls. Autopilot, navigate. What's this? FCS reset. I think it's underneath the throttle, which is why it's almost impossible to get to, if I remember correctly. But I thought there was a way of turning off the throttle or hiding it. Yeah, it says engine start, but I don't think it's starting anything. Power's on. But the problem is that we can't, this is not showing where you're supposed to look. Like, oh, APU must be on. Well, it's supposed to have a little thing that shows, oh, where you're supposed to look to know whether it's on or off. So it's not, it's a broken checklist. And it looks like, yeah, we're not starting anything. It's not going to start. Wow. What do we miss? I mean, again, turn right engine to start. APU must be on right end edge. I mean, I did all this stuff. But I couldn't find all these things here. Generators. Or did I not turn the generators on? I think I did turn the generators on. Generators are on normal. Batteries on. That's all on. I don't see a fuel switch. What is back here? Nothing back there. RCS. Yeah, I hate that. I'll have to go offline sometime and figure out how to cold start this one. But it's super hard because it doesn't show you where you're supposed to look for any of the controls. I think it's something like this. Right? Do I have to go left to start the left engine? I don't think that does anything. And what does this do? Cross feed. Shouldn't matter. That should be on. I don't think that matters. Okay, fuel. Doesn't show anything off. Fuel dump. Okay, that doesn't need to be there. APU should be on. Maybe the APU. See,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Shut up. It won't turn on the APU. Oh. Now maybe it will. So I'm looking at these up close. Oh, now it started the APU. I'm making progress. I know it seems like a complete waste of time. But now I think both engines are going to be in start mode. Yeah. See, they're starting to rev up. I figured it out eventually, but yeah, it's hard with a kind of a busted checklist like that. But it's fun playing. All right. So now that we got that, the next thing I want to figure out is how to close the canopy. Okay, and that doesn't close it. You got to come in here and push the switch here, one of these switches here, right? It's okay. You got to hold this down. You got to hold it. Okay. And then lock it. Perfect. All right. Okay. Stuff's happening. Let's turn Vandenberg. I think that, you know, we're on track to do our little do our little thing here. By the way, it looks very yellow. I think there's a tinting to the window. It's like a gold tinting, which is used to, it's an anti-radar tinting. Okay, we're just gonna go. We're gonna be heading east, but don't worry about it. We're flying around the level. Now, the other thing we need to remember is, while you get there, is not to over rotate on takeoff, because you can flip over on your back. You stall, flip over on your back. It's not good, and I've done it a million times. But I don't do it anymore because I don't like doing that. I like to actually survive my takeoffs. All right, let's see a little more power here. Working very good. Acknowledge the clearance. Oh, we're moving fast. This way.
KNSH9er to 9er.
Taxi. This the good thing is it does handles on the ground quite nice. Can be quite nice. Not like one of these old-fashioned planes. It's obviously, it kind of has a fairly wide stance compared to its center of gravity, which makes it a little easy to handle on the ground. Also, some interesting planes. You get some biplanes. Now, this is Vandenberg Air Force Base. This would only have Air Force planes, or like NASA stuff. But, you know, this is where they launch satellites and stuff like that. I don't know if they would not be operating the F-117s. Those are only off at specific bases. I think mainly in the Midwest. I don't remember exactly. There's some in Texas and stuff, but that's all right. Let's head out there. Pretty plane seems to be performing well. Oh, I gotta turn on my let's see, brightness. Is that it? No, brightness is. How do you turn that thing on? Anyway, the panels I don't really understand. I don't need that, and these don't really do any. Oh, heading, hold. I guess this is autopilot related. I don't know for sure. I never use autopilot, so it's not important. All right, I'm looking forward to flying around though in this wacky bird. Oh, the other thing we have to check here. Oh, let's wait till we get ready to get to the runway here. Is did I turn weather back on? I always like to have at least by default the live weather on. It looks like maybe I have it set to clear skies, although it could just be a very clear day. Reducing engine power here. Alright, so before I do that, we're going to make a few pre-flight checks here. Okay, parking brake on. Yeah, I want to check my weather. I think I did set it back. Let's just see. Let's see. Live time of day and live weather. I guess it is pretty clear in California here. Alright, we're going to request the clearance from Clarence. Clarence is fine with it. Oh yeah. So positive. The trim is negative for takeoff. It's important. Too much positive trim, and again, you'll climb it. You can climb out and then flip over on your back. It's just because of the way the plane is. Once you get a decent speed, that's not a problem. But there's no flaps, and it just is an unusual. Okay, parking brake off. Okay, which way is the runway? Is the longest thing in the world. We do not need to use the entire runway. That's basically, we can use half of it. It's 15,000 foot long runway. So we're going to use like most of number 12. But again, there's 7,000 feet in that direction, 7,000 feet in this direction. Literally, it's like 2 runways. All right, let's fly around a bit and see what happens. So I'm advancing power to full. Make it down the runway. Now these planes, again, they don't have a lot of flaps, so they do require you get to like I think over 130 knots before you want to rotate. It starts to get pretty light. There we go, like 150 even. We're still on the ground here. Give me gosh, we're off the ground. It's fine. Okay, gear up. Gear's coming up. There it is. Once the gear up, we're good. But again, the other thing is to watch. I'm watching to make sure we're no more than between 5 and 10, the angle of attack. But now we're over 180. Now we're fast enough that I have full control, so it's not an issue. We're taking our speed back there. Oh, I forgot. Oh, we have an automatic trim system too. It's going to play here. You can see trim is working on its own. All right, so we're going to head. I mentioned there's this. Okay, this is Vandenberg Air Force Base there, and the little town of Vandenberg. Oh, we're already moving way past there. There's a couple little airstrips here. There's these kind of hills here. Some people like to take off and fly their private planes around here. And that's how that guy, that Horner fellow, what's his name, the composer, died. Who wrote the Titanic theme. We reenacted that one time, but it was around here. And so they have a little base here. Or this one here, take off from like small planes. Let's fly over it. Not a base, but an airport. All right, we don't need this up here anymore. Cheers, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your Diet Coke. Hey, what's our speed? Is what's like from here. You don't get great visibility from the inside. It's not for that purpose. Not designed for that purpose. So there's this little airport here. We've taken off. The runway is a little short for this kind of operation here. It's this one right here. James Horner. So he had his own Tucano, which is a high-performance turbo tandem plane, like a $6 million plane, $2 million plane, that he flew just for the love of flying. And he took off one day, and he was flying and doing loops around these canyons here, which is fun to do in the game. Don't do it in real life, because you'll probably be like him and die. And, you know, super well-known, wealthy composer. You can look it up on Wikipedia. But, yeah, that was all around here. But we're going to go to Santa Barbara and check it out. So this is kind of, oh, there's like a solar farm, maybe? Yeah, some kind of farm. But, you know, these hills they're not super high, but they're kind of dramatic and interesting. And so, I mean, if you do want to do some urban canyon carving or actual canyon carving, it's not necessarily a bad place, but you're out in the middle of nowhere. And you can easily kind of misjudge the height of these hills. Smash into something. We're fine. Just get an altitude warning at some point. But man, these planes in the real world must be incredible to fly. They have only one seat. It's just a pilot. There's no navigator, I'm pretty sure. So it's just you. It's one of those planes. Those would be the most intense kind of flying experiences where you have a backup pilot or something, or a navigator. Anyway, the mission of the 117, pretty basic. Go into the battlefield at night, fly in undetected by radar, and launch HARMs, anti-radiation missiles, high-speed anti-radiation missile, HARM, at the defensive radar positions. Let's go this way. In an attempt to, to pave the way for air superiority. They don't actually drop like bombs. They don't fight. There's no dogfighting. It's just get in, launch your HARMs, and get out. And HARMs are generally, I think, launched from a fairly high altitude. But these planes are not supersonic. So if they get chased by a ground-to-air missile or other fast fighter planes from the enemy, they'll get knocked out. They have no defenses against that. Their defense is to maintain undetected. And you got to wonder. I mean, radars are always getting better, but these planes were designed to 20 to 30 years ago. Let's head out this way to the ocean. This is a beautiful little path. Here, I'm just going to try to stay nice and low while not actually hitting the terrain. What are we doing? We're doing 329 knots. We're doing like 360 miles an hour. Or reducing power just a little bit. Come out here. We're going to make a right turn to come out of this little area here. These are meeting up again with the freeway here. This is the big California Route 1, I guess. Whee! Let's do this little cut here. Which I hope we make. Yeah, we're fine. Whee! I'm having a good old time. I like to fly. Whee! Pulling some G's here. It's really pretty. California coastline here. we'll be heading east. First Santa Ynez, Santa Barbara, Carpinteria, etc. I will try what to do again, like to fly again where like the rich people live in Santa Barbara area. You know, like Oprah has an estate out there, but it's not. It'll depend. We'll have to see. We flew around not too long ago, and sometimes they do enhance the like the estates, the fancy high-end housing. And this Santa Barbara area is famous. One of the most, you know, it's one of the most expensive zip codes in the country kind of situation. But it's nice to kind of travel through the country. And this is California. This road is really beautiful. I mean, you know, if you like the idea of driving on a road right on the ocean side. But there's not much here, and it's not, you know, generally if you're in Northern California, you want to get to Southern California, you take I-5, which is the central route. It's much faster. But if you have time and you want to enjoy the coastline, maybe stop a few places, you want to see Santa Barbara and these places, you can come up 99 or whatever it is. And it's not that much longer, and you know, it's definitely prettier. A lot of people do prefer it. I've done it a couple times. Enclave there. I don't know if this is Santa Ynez yet. But yeah, I mean, you can see we're not that far from LA, but it's not a lot out here. Once we get to Santa Barbara, you'll see there's a lot of stuff. It's a ways up. Getting close. You can see that line there indicates we're coming into the airspace of the Santa Barbara airport. Here we are from inside, enjoying our beautiful flight of whatever. Eventually I figured out how to cold start it, but it did take a while. You know, if I do it tomorrow, it'll be instantaneous, because now I'll know where the correct switches are. And it's not like there's that many. You just have to make sure the APU is on. And it's just tricky. I figured it out eventually. You can't start without an APU. Some planes have an external power system, so you can start with the APU off. But not this one. There's a bunch of switchbacks and trails. Is there like a little reservoir up there? Farm. Oh yeah, here's a reservoir here. Okay, so there's a dam there, earthen dam. California has thousands of reservoirs like that, thousands of dams. That's not, you know, most of them are kind of small like that, but some are quite huge. But there's plenty of them, and I think there's little water areas up here where they store water. Hey, science, how you doing today? Happy Sunday. Can you believe that it is February already? So it's February, and then at the end of March, I'm going with my friend Kelly back to Las Vegas. To go back to the Sphere to see the Eagles. I don't know if you guys I've been saying that like 8 million times. You'll hear about it more. And I will try to take pictures. I don't know if I'll be streaming from Vegas. I think this is Santa Ynez. This is the little community to the west of let me just actually check that. We're flying around Santa Barbara today. Flight planner. Oh yeah, I've got it back here. Oh, sorry, flight planner. Yeah, well, it loses money because... Oh, there's the airport. That's kind of cool. We have a sound effect there. It loses money because they spent $2 billion to build it, and that means a lot. You got to sell a lot of $600 a seat tickets. It's just the math. And meanwhile, that money that they used to build it is... Yeah, this is Santa Barbara right here. The money that they used to build it, you know, they borrowed, so there's interest on it, right? So effectively, they borrowed it, that $2 billion, and now the ticket, you know, the money that they're making on the Sphere is just paying the interest, barely. So they're not really making any money, you know, if you look at it from a financial point of view. But in the long term, they will, and that's you know, something like the Sphere. If you're making your money back, if you made all your money back in the first 3 years, you didn't spend enough on the initial investment. You know what I mean? But you can see that, you know, the Sphere is obviously a risky investment, but they'll make their money back. It might take 10 years, it might take 20 years, and then once they do, it's a cash cow. You know, everyone's going to want to go to the Sphere once in their life. The outside's amazing, but everyone, I think, is going to eventually going to want to go on the inside. Let's fly in circles over Santa Barbara. You can see some estates here. There's some nice estates there. Most of these states are kind of a little, okay, oh, yeah, all right, up here. This is like the fancy area, I believe, kind of this part of this corner up here. You know, I was talking to my boss at my company. You know, I'm standing, you know, the software engineering company. We're like, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I went to this. We went, you know, we were talking about our plans. He didn't tell us in advance, but he went to the Sphere for a weekend. Him and his, you know, his family, I think, and they went and saw the Wizard of Oz, which I saw. You know, the Wizard of Oz show, the new Wizard of Oz. These are all estates, really fancy, gigantic estates over there. And then these are fancy estates here too, up here. Like these things here. Like these are humongous multi-million-dollar palaces here. They're kind of, you know, new. And they have, you know, you can see they have a view, ocean view. But they're slightly at a higher altitude. It's, you know, considered Tony. Yeah, the outside is amazing. The inside is incredible too. But it's the show, the way they put on a show, the screen technology and the size, the scale, the, you know, the effects of the seat. There's some more fancy houses. The effects, the seats are vibrating. There's lightning going off. There's wind blowing in your face. It's crazy. But what I haven't seen is there's not the dam. These are great. I love these. I think they've upgraded some of these water and dam areas. Nice. Hold on a second here. All right, everyone, jump out of the plane. I want to check out what's going down here. It's just an earthen dam, like most of California's dams. It's about that tall. What's over here? I'm just wondering if they have a power generation down here. Where's the exit? Yeah, maybe they have some generators. Hard to tell. It looks pretty, though. And that looks like a school? I don't know what that is. All right, back in the plane. You know, and people like me who've been to the Sphere once probably want to go again. You know what I mean? Like next time they have a new movie or something different. Because, you know, this will be the third time I'll be going there. And everyone, you know, everyone wants to go. Who, you know, it's like everyone in my company is like, "Oh, you went to the Sphere." Oh, you know, it's like a destination that's in everyone's mind. I don't really want to go back to Las Vegas after this trip. I'm just kind of tired of it, but it is going to be amazing. So yeah, as I say, I've seen the movies, but I've never seen a show, like a rock and roll show. But it's supposed to be, you know, pretty good. What is this one here? This is Santa Barbara. I think this is Santa Barbara. It's not Santa Barbara. It's not University of California, Santa Barbara, which is in the coast. This is California University. It's a different university system. Oops. All right, let's start typing that. Let's check out the University of California. If I can find it for Santa Barbara. But boy, this is just beautiful. I'm just really enjoying. Oops, what did I just do? There we go. Oops. There we go. Just trying to clean up the screen here. All right, so Santa Barbara's behind us. I'm going to make a turn here. So that direction, not too far, is Los Angeles. So my point being is that, yes, everyone is like, oh, the Sphere is a financial disaster, which it is, but any large venue is a financial disaster until they've been able to run enough shows in it to get enough income to pay off, so they paid off the interest on the building of that venue. First you have to pay off the interest on the loan, and then you start making money. This is a really pretty country club here. Oh, I'm pushing the envelope here, like it's like a country club, fancy country club right there, very fancy. All right, so if I remember correctly, I don't remember. We'll have to see. The University of California doesn't look like much. You know, it doesn't have really tall buildings. Is this it here? But it is right on the ocean. I want to see. I'm going to just check it on the map here. Again, we've done this before, and like almost always kind of miss it. UCSB Santa Barbara, California. Okay, right. So there's that point there. Let me just see where we are. Yeah. Okay. So it's where's the airport? It's just near the airport. I remember that. Okay. All right. We'll go back to the airport. This is the, oh yeah, they just redid this. So they showed this as part of the upgrade video, you know, they put out for California. They redid this pier. It does look really good. The pier looks really good. This is the Santa Barbara Pier.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Jesus. I'm not talking to her. Oh, it's called the Goleta Pier. Pardon me. I believe. Maybe not. Is there a couple of piers around here? Because there's that. And then the marina. It might be a different pier. Oh yeah, it's a different pier. Okay, that's Stearns Wharf. Got it. Okay. Stearns Wharf. This is Stearns Wharf. Not the Goleta Pier. There's another pier coming. And then this up here is going to be the Santa Barbara, marina. And up here, this whole community here, there's like a maritime museum, and there's this little playing field here, SBCC community. So this is Santa Barbara Community College. There's a bunch of colleges. This is not the University of California. The water's looking good. It's a beautiful day, and I'm having no issues with the way the simulation is performing or displaying anything. And again, they've done uploaded the recent California content, and that pier that was specifically on it as being improved. They showed some before and after pictures, and it really does look a lot better now. But and there's a bunch of beachfront homes here. Yeah, Santa Barbara City College there next to that pier. These houses are like also extra fancy, extra fancy. Look, you know, these are how you look. If you want to buy one, you're not going to care what the price is because you're already so rich. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm fine. But these there's like cliffs here. I think it's actually kind of hard to get down to some of these beaches, so they're kind of private if you can. But getting up and down, it's a fairly high cliff. But at least these people don't have to worry about their houses going underwater during global warming. Has Nathan Fielder done a third season? Not as far as I know. I mean, and it took him several years to do each of those seasons. He might be working on another one. But I imagine, okay, so this is the other pier. And then the University of California is right here. Kind of in this part here. It doesn't look like much from the air. I hope he does another season. It's very unusual stuff. Yeah, no, the second season was really amazing. It was very different. Okay, I believe all these buildings here. And you can kind of see a Campanile Tower, that tower there. Yeah, did you watch it? Because I told you that I would skip the first season. The first season was extremely cringe. And I didn't even want to think about it, but because it involved people who were not adult age and maturity level in kind of mature situations. Anyway, you get the point. Anyway, all the buildings below us represent the University of California, Santa Barbara. How far does it go, though? Yeah, in fact, this little area here is called the UCSB Lagoon. I guess you can kind of see the boundary there, okay, where those trees are over there, and this whole section here. It's not small. It's a big facility. Let's see. You can see most of the stuff is most of the entrance is over on this side here. There's the tower there. Most of the entrance is kind of not entrance. Is it kind of over here? Not necessarily entrance, but one of the entrances there. I think I did visit when I was like a teenager, because I think my sister wanted to visit because she was thinking of going to Santa Barbara. She ended up going to Santa Cruz. But it looks fantastic today. I am enjoying all the details of the buildings. And again, each one of these buildings is a real building in the University of California, Santa Barbara, that looks exactly like it should. At least, from this altitude. Wow. And it's right next to the airport. All right. Well, maybe we'll have fun. We'll do a little landing. We'll do a second flight. Actually, you know what? Let's just fly around for the 10 minutes, and this will be the flight for today. I don't want to push it. We got a lot of brain games to do. Then I'm gonna do like an hour playing the piano, and then I'm building Lego for an hour. So I'm gonna be here for like another, 2.5 hours or so. But there's no reason to jam in more flights. Where should we? I'm kind of thinking about pushing the engines We got plenty of fuel. And heading down to LA, which is not that far. And landing down there. Okay, so anyway, so that's Santa Barbara, University of Santa Barbara. The airport is there. Lots of rich people live everywhere. And the actual kind of town of Santa Barbara is kind of a little further down on the coast. Kind of the rustic, touristy part. Face forward here. There's the airport. And then there's this little area here. I don't want to hit these power lines here. Watch out for the guy wires, guys. And then we got the, wait, where is it? It's back, no, it's further down here. The actual kind of rustic part's up here, actually. But yeah, rich people live all over this area and have for a long time. And they're not giving up the territory. But yeah, one of the most expensive, it's like Marin County and Santa Barbara County. And on the peninsula, we're near where I live, Atherton. These are the most expensive zip codes in the country. Not the state, the entire country. These are all estates down there. You can kind of see how huge they are. These are not like regular size houses down here. These are, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Each one of these is like a, I don't know, $10 to $15 million estate. There's some slightly smaller ones here, but these are also still multi-million-dollar houses. This is kind of the older part of Santa Barbara here. Kind of the more normal. But again, they did this new, this is kind of the beach. If you go to Santa Barbara, this is the nicest beach here. You know, very accessible. There's a parking lot. That's Santa Barbara Community College. There's the marina, and then this really cool pier. And that's Santa Barbara. There you go. And kind of this is the touristy area here. Like this street here, we have the restaurants and all this stuff to do. It is a really fun place to visit if you like that kind of thing. If you like that kind of thing. And you know, if you we lived in LA, so it was only a couple hours at most. And then yeah, you can drive by, look at all the fancy houses. And there's that country club. Come to think of it, what is this country club called? If I can find it. Okay, we went down here, we went down there. There's the wharf. There's the bunch. Okay, no, it's the Montecito Club. The Montecito Club. Look, Montecito is the name of the fancy area, right? So that's the Montecito Club. No, if you need to ask how much it is to get in, you cannot afford it. All right, so this is the 101. For some reason, I keep thinking this is the 99 or the 1. Median home price. But that means, you know, there's a lot of like dinky little regular size houses. Those are a little less. And then a whole bunch of estates in the thousands that are 10 million and up. But thank you for looking that up. Yeah, that's very high. 2 million for median price, even in California, is extremely high. But Montecito is where Oprah, you know, lives, and all the movie stars. When they get their, you know, when they get their big check, they all move up to Montecito, and that's the country club. Which I imagine is nice. I've never been there, you know what I'm saying? We should be able to see, you know what is out there are supposed to be some oil rigs. I wonder if we can find them. And they might be a ways out. But there used to be a lot of kind of offshore oil drilling out there. You know, what's our speed? 343. It's about a 10-minute flight to LA at this point, I believe. Or maybe 15. Or maybe about 10. There's another pier there that looks like it's been worked on and improved. We can definitely make more speed if I get a little altitude. But you know, hey, it's more fun to fly in these inland. I usually do this here instead of following the coast route. There's kind of a little canyon here. Don't try this at home in a real plane. I haven't watched Landman yet. I mean, I think I started episode 1. I do like Mr. Thornton. Billy Bob is, we're on first name basis. I call him Billy. I call him William Bob Thornton. You know, I'm not sure I'd really want to watch it. You know what I really haven't watched that I should watch though, because I have HBO, is Euphoria. Everyone talking about that show. Have you seen Euphoria? And you got a little canyon action going on here. Looks a little scary from here. We'll be fine, most likely. Oh, and there's some lake back here. Is this Castaic or Pyru? Which lake is this? Okay, let's see what we can tell. Casitas. Lake Casitas. Sorry, not Castaic. Casitas. Really? You've seen them all? That's the one I think I should probably watch. You know, that'll probably keep my attention more than Landman. So that's on my list. That's on my, I think it really, honestly, the next thing I want to watch. Last night we watched Dogma, the Kevin Smith movie again. I mean, we've seen it a lot of times, me and Kelly. But Kevin Smith is a real auteur. I really like him. And you know, a lot of his movies are not available to be watched because they're independent movies, and you know, over time he lost the rights, or he sold the rights off and then had to reacquire them. But apparently, a lot of his movies he can now re-release because a lot of his movies I love, like Chasing Amy, Clerks. Dogma is a great movie that I've seen probably 8 times, but I always enjoy it. There's some stuff going on down here. Where are we heading? Okay, right over south of Lake Castaic, Casita Springs. Oh yeah, and this pops out right in the town of Ventura. Well, near the town of Ventura. This is Emma Wood State Beach right here. So I'm following along on Google Maps so I know what the points of view are. It does look really crisp and clear. And the ground is very detailed. It's very smooth. You can tell that they put some effort into it. But that's Ventura, but as you can see kind of down that whole direction there, that becomes the entire Los Angeles basin there. And this is the Ventura Beach, which is a pretty okay beach. Then you got like Ojai Beach, Zuma Beach, beaches. That's pretty cool, that kind of oval area there. Alright, this is this area here, Ventura. And this is the, what's called Marina Park. Steve McGrath State Beach. Mandalay State Beach. Bunch of stuff. Oxnard. Okay, Oxnard is coming up. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, this is not Los Angeles. Los Angeles, you can't see from here. It's a ways up. I think it's a power plant there. Yeah, it's definitely a power plant of some kind. Says, yeah, okay, this is Oxnard, which is a beach community, but a much more modest and older one than Santa Barbara, by far. So you will definitely not see nearly as many rich people, but it has this whole inland, these are called the Channel Islands. This is the channel, this is all artificial, but you can see it's kind of cool, with a lot of housing built on the water for boat owners. And we got some, looks like a lot where they're storing cars that come in. That's car storage. Lots of cars. Tens of thousands of cars being stored there. Apparently there's millions of cars that have not sold that are being stored at various places in the U.S. And we talked about this before. It's kind of a quirk of car manufacturing. You have to kind of make more than you can sell, and then ultimately they sit for a few years a lot, and then they get, I think, just recycled. Nobody wants them, and you can't sell them profitably. You already have a newer car you'd rather sell to somebody, rather than one that's been sitting on a lot for 3 years. So so they don't really want to sell them once they're super old. So I have a feeling they go right from these lots are brand new. They sit in the lots for a couple of years. They don't get sold. Yeah, they get smashed for steel. Oh, here's an airport. I wonder if we can land here. It might be fun to try. Yeah, let's land here. I don't know what it is. It looks kind of military. All right, we're going to come out over the water, and we're going to land at this airport here. It's about time. Now, landing is tricky on this plane. Here's why. There's no flaps. So like a lot of these planes that have this kind of diamond shape, you're counting on the angle of attack to keep you at the right speed. So, to slow you down. We don't really have the ability to, I think we don't have any kind of braking services, do we? There's no like speed brakes or anything. So the tricky part is slowing down enough. Now, this plane is not really that aerodynamic. Where's that? Okay, there it is. It's not really that aerodynamic, so it will slow down naturally. But we do have to get out a ways. Okay, where are we here? All right, so we're heading out. We're heading to KNTD. What is that? Okay, it's a naval base. Point Magoo Naval Air Station. Perfect. Magoo. And we're gonna head out to Ocean here. Check out these navigation points here. But it also has an electronic system where it effectively manages your trim, it manages the aerodynamic surfaces for you a little bit. We're at 1,300 feet. Let's see if are there any oil platforms out here? I thought we might be able to see. Oh yeah, I think there's one over there. You know what? Let's buzz this oil platform first. I think I see one, right? Should you watch The Mandalorian? Well, like I say, I do like the Star Wars series. In fact, there has not yet been one that I really haven't liked that much. But I even like, the Clone Wars animated stuff and stuff like that. I'm a Star Wars nerd, so the answer is yes. If you like if you have any kind of appeal, if Star Wars stuff has any kind of appeal to you, but if it has to. I thought Andor's pretty silly. I don't know. I like The Mandalorian a little better than some of the others, but and they're visually and they're they're good. They're well done. They're expensive. I want to check out this. We're gonna fly over this oil rig. I want to see how detailed it is. Some of them are quite detailed. The only way to check it out. Oh yeah, this one is one of them. I think it's got a burn. It's got one of them burn off thingies, flares. It's got a helicopter landing pad. We could potentially land a helicopter, but look how colorful and detailed these are. They got the emergency. Those are emergency lifeboats. There's a bunch of weird-looking cranes that are very detailed. You got huge train. I smashed my head on it. You can't really see it there, but there's this flare going off. Extra because it's oil. But if they get gas pockets, they don't keep the gas. They can't keep the gas. They just burn it off. This relatively small amount of gas. It's mostly oil. But look at all the stuff and all these details. It's like it's real. I mean, and how detailed these lifeboats are. This is one of the most detailed models in the entire game. Area Energy 214. All right. So I thought we'd stop and check it out. All right, now we can land. All right, where's my plane? It's nearby. I can hear it. There it is. All right, everyone use your magic parachutes to ascend back into the plane. Thank you. And strap your thing. Okay, where is this runway now? Oh, okay, we're gonna turn around. They go 180 here. There's a bunch more of these oil drilling platforms out here. But again, from the distance, you're thinking, oh, it's pretty cool. But then you get up close, and you're like, oh my god, there's all these pipes and tanks and whoosh, it's crazy. These are duplicates of each other. I don't think this is a different platform. I think it will look exactly the same, but it's still quite impressive. And there's platforms like this. I think it's kind of a duplicate. It's a little different. Anyway, it's not quite the same. But anyway, it's close. That's important. All right. And they have a lot of those platforms in Texas, in the Gulf. Okay, so we're heading south. Where am I? All right, there we go. We're gonna head back and we're gonna land. The airport is that way. But yeah, that's the thing. I remember now that there's some of these really cool platforms off of Santa Barbara, and we just checked them out. I'm glad we did. I don't know when the next time we're gonna chance. Why is my caution? Oh, it's this caution is related to low altitude. So anytime you have a low flyby, that will caution. Low altitude. All right, we're gonna get ready for landing, and I already want to start reducing this engine speed so we can get down to closer to like 200. So I think there's more than 2. I think there's like 8 or 9 of these platforms out here. They're kind of spread out. Maybe there's only 3 or 4. I don't know how many there are. All right, we're coming in here. Making this tight turn will hopefully help us burn off even a little more speed. Not that tight turn. There is the runway right ahead. Reducing power more. Yeah, now we're down to under 200. So we can think about pushing down the gear, which will help us slow down even more. Meanwhile, we got to be careful to keep the nose down because it's going to want to come up. Okay, he's giving me caution due to altitude again. That's fine. All right, what's our speed? 174. That's a little slow. Give me a little more gas here. All right, where's this runway? It's over here. So anyway, the point is, it's not that hard to land. Again, you have to realize you can't slow down the AC. I'm kind of there's an angle of attack meter on the lower left says like 5 degrees, 6 degrees. So it's kind of a lot. Oop, well, that's too much. That's too much. Because you don't want to be up that you're actually gaining altitude, but you want to have your wings up to provide effectively braking. But yeah, we're not going to get down on the runway if we don't like also get down here. All right, so I'm reducing power. So I'm watching the speed very carefully. 170 knots, 170, because stall speed is fairly high in these planes, like 150, 140. And you always want to maintain, 10, 20 knots above stall. Okay, but the point is, there's this little thing there. There's this little thing in the HUD, which predicts where you're going, where your plane's going to be on the ground when it goes somewhere. And what you're basically going to do is want to put that at the bottom of the runway. What's our speed? 159, 160. As we get into denser air, we'll naturally slow down a bit. I'm giving us a little more power here. A little less power. I got my finger on the throttle here. Oh, more power. More power. Oh. Sorry, okay, I didn't hit the ground. That was too much power. Wait, the engines are very responsive. Whoop. This is the problem. We'll get it. I gotta learn this plane again. It's a little tricky. Yeah. Okay, ground. Nose wheel steering. Brakes are pretty effective. There's no thrust reversers. I think there is a drogue chute right here. Drogue chute. Okay, that helps. I forgot about the drogue chute. There's the drogue chute. But that actually is the thing that's going to slow you down the most. Kind of cool to have that. Okay. All right, so we're on the ground. Where's the airport? That's this way. Okay, drogue chute back in. There we go. All right, drogue chute. I don't remember landing here before. I'm going to figure out how to open up the canopy. That involves open the lock, and then one of these buttons here. Well, I'll figure it out. You can't get to it that easily. Okay, where is that canopy open button here? Oh, right, you got to do that. Okay. Get it open. Come on, so I go up to the control tower here. I guess you really can't open the canopy unless you're completely stopped. But at least you can on this plane. As I was pointing out, they updated the Caproni, the Sola, the CJ22, and you can't taxi. All right, so this one we hold open. And then it shows, okay, 100% open. It's a very unusual, different canopy open-close system than any other plane. But there I am now. You would not normally be wearing a baseball cap to fly this plane. You'd be having a full oxygen system, I believe. But it's a great-looking plane. It's really wild. There are bomb bay doors. I don't remember where the switches are for those. You know, they're down here in the real plane, right? Or is it weapon systems are here? I know there's a bomb bay. Yeah. IRS, is it there? Windshield. Canopy manual control. Okay, I'm just checking out what we got here. What's back there? Anything good? No. anything here that says Bombay. Wouldn't be there. It might be over here. Okay, or here. What's... Yeah, it's braking systems, landing lights, landing switches. Master arm. I'm having a good time. Okay, here we go. Weapons base selector. That's what we're looking for. Open. So now if we look down, you can see there's two weapons bays. There's that one there, and then it has a thing that comes down that would hold the missiles. As you mentioned, I guess you can only do one at a time. There it closes, then the other opens and comes down. As I mentioned, each of those racks would hold two HARM, high-speed anti-radiation missiles, most of the time for the standard mission, which you would launch at enemy radar locations to put them out so that other planes can come in without being detected by radar that are as stealthy. Pretty simple mission, but there are other planes that can launch HARMs, by the way, B-52s can. It's not really a very cost-effective system. Anyway, all right, that's the flying. I had a good time flying. We'll do the whole thing again tomorrow. The actual flying around, but, you know, we spent around an hour flying, so that's about it. Sometimes I'll do 2 missions, but I was successful. Excuse me. All right, so what's the next thing on the list of things to do? It's the big brain games, which I like to go just into the just chatting category for, being that there is not a big brain games category. Let me get out of Flight Simulator here. Quit to desktop. Pouring the rest of my Diet Coke into the ice here. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful brown fluid it is indeed. All right, bring out the big brain games. That's me playing the Quirrell. Hey, you can join in if you got any ideas. You're probably not going to, help me with the Quirrell because that one takes me seconds to solve. But then we'll do the reveal. We'll do the tightrope. We're going to do the New York Times connections. We're going to do the reunion, and we're going to, by we, I mean me and the mouse in my pocket. We're going to do the Octurtle, of course. Let's see what we got here. This word on the lower right, I'm just going to go with annoy, although it could be a few things. Yeah. It could have been annoy, though. It's going to be agony, the other one that it could be. That's the only other thing it could be, which is fine because the G is useful. Now, let's see. Upper left, that one we have all 5 letters and the N and the A. So I think it's going to be snarl. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. All right, we got 2 out of 4. Now we have LAS. And it could be H, but it could be flash or... Oh, can't be slash. Let's try flash. It could be, I think, something else. Maybe not. Oh, yes, it could have been flask. Oh, well, I don't know if we're going to win today, but we'll see. At least we know it's flask, right? All right. Oh. Upper left, upper right. Could be begin. And it was. All right, the game number 1 of the Big Brain Games has been completed with a check in the win column. I mean, that's a warm-up. I always win that one. Although the rescue is the harder one. I probably should do that one more often. But well, I don't care. The next game is called The Revealed. It's from the fine folks at Britannica.com. All right, the correct answer is going to be in the arts and culture department if you're watching and you want to chime in. Well, it better be 2 words, and the first word should have 7 letters, and the second word should have 5 letters. And if it doesn't die, it's not going to be the right answer. That we know. But let's read this heavily redacted document, see if we can figure out what the answer is in the category of arts and culture. All right, what we're looking for is an blank of the thing we're looking for, blank for blank, included in the ancient blank blank as one of 5 blank of the blank blank. 5 elements. It's like the 5th element. There's 5 elements, right? The blank that is used in modern international blank blank is a blank of blank or blank with a blank blank blank. It is blank in accordance with a detailed set of blank published by blank. Its overall blank must be between blank blank and 270 centimeters. And it's blank at least blank blank. The blank blank is somewhat shorter and lighter between blank blank and blank blank long and at least blank blank in blank. Boy, it's a thing. 103 inches, like a javelin or something? It's something that is used. It's okay. It's the I'm gonna guess something here. Is that spelled right? You know, it isn't spelled right, but it was right. And you have ultimate guesses. Javelin throw. Didn't need anything. All right, figured it out. Didn't need any reveals. That just kind of came to me. I didn't cheat or nothing. But you can tell from the length of it that it was some kind of sporting related, and the length of it of 102.4 inches, you know, makes it like a spear, which it is. I said spear, but they don't have a spear toss in the Olympics. Technically, they do. It's just called the javelin throw. Okay, see how we did compared to other people. We didn't need any hints or reveals. Other players needed a kind of a lot. So I think I got lucky. It's just, I don't know how that works. It's just sometimes I have no idea, and other times it kind of comes to you, which is fun about these games. All right, the next game is the tightrope trivia quiz. Guess what, folks? It's the Sunday quiz. That's the hardest quiz of the week. That's where they save the really hard questions for. It's a timed 9-question multiple choice trivia quiz. I consider myself a certified trivia master. Time being the amount of how fast you get the questions is a huge part of your score. So as soon as I hit this play button, the timer starts. We got to get these correct and fast, and it's gonna be hard too. So let's just sink our asses into this one. They'd all didn't. Oops. Really? Okay. $1 base salary. Ooh, that was cool. It was already a hard one. Just with what body part? Feet. I don't think they have noses. Oof. Hey, these are the hard questions. I would have known that one. A strawberry is known as sucre, false fruit. A vegetable? Oh, geez. Made of many individual fruits. That makes more sense. It's not a vegetable. Oh, man. Santiago's got to be Chile. At least I know that. I know what Santiago is. We're not going to cross this one. All right. Which is Patricky. It sounds like it's going to be SpongeBob Patrick from SpongeBob. See, because SpongeBob. Patrick is a starfish. I don't know. Let God sort him out. Okay, the first hip-hop act to play at the Vatican. Ouch. See, already. Clips. Never heard of them. All right, well, we're already done with today's trivia. And that's not good because I lost my streak. But it's fine. I'm not happy. You see me not being happy? I don't care. All right. Better luck next time. All right, let's play the reunion. That's the next game. And then we'll do the connections, the conniptions. All right. We got to recover. Again, that was the hard one. Let's see. Could this be adios? ADIOS? Because what else could that be? Is there a free A? No, there's no free A, so it can't be. So that's... It could be idiom, if there's, because there's a free M. I think it is going to be idiom. So IDI. And then I think this is going to have 2 M's. Or it could be idiot. Actually, now that I come to think of it. It could be idiot, but at least we got the first letters right. Okay, I'm trying to get this in under 17 moves, so I'll get these all to be green. Let's see, what else do we know? This T is in the column. Don't know about this T, but it could be idiot. But it could also be idiom, and then there'd be two M's, which it could be. Let's see. We have a CRD that have to be moved off here. I'm gonna have to guess something at some point. All right, I think it's gonna be idiom. Okay, that was a good guess. Yeah, and that's a word with two M's. It doesn't start with a T though, so that's helpful. It doesn't start with a CRD either. It could start with M. It could be mammal. Because we have, do we have an L available to make it mammal? No, can't be mammal. It could be gamma. If we have an extra A, which we don't, what could it be? I'm having a good time trying to figure stuff out here. Let's see. This letter here. All right, this P has to go somewhere. And it's on the column. No, I still have no idea what's going to be there. What could go before an L, though? A P, but no. Not a P, could be a G or a C, or it could be a lot of things, or a D. Oof, that's not helpful. I think the T has to go there. I just had a feeling about this. Let's move on. Don't ask how I know that. And then I think this is going to be, let's see. I don't know what that one's going to be yet. But now we have ATI. So I think I can figure out what this word is. Let's see. It could be patio, because this has to be a vowel after these two M's. So I'm going to try patio. Yeah, okay. Because this O can go here. All right, we're moving forward. Yeah, so it's AMMO, which is, but what is that word going to be? Samosa? Are there two S's? No. That's not spelled that way. Probably not a C. What word is that going to be? So far we're doing okay. I just want to keep this careful. Let's see. This L has to stay there. So it's either at the top. I think this R has to go here. Okay, it didn't. But it has to go here. Okay, I don't know. And then the E has to go here. And then this is going to be like, let's see, what could it be? It could be, can't be blister. No. Right, what could it be? Glitter. It's got to be glitter. Thank you, Hobie Gal. We come at that exact same point, but based on available letters, has to be glitter. We got it. Thank you, though. I'm glad you're here. All right, because all right, now we're doing okay. That gave us a lot of useful information here. I'm still trying to. We're still only get this in 17. This T could be on the row or the column. Is it hammock? No, it can't be hammock because there's no C in K. And also GUH. You know, I don't think the H. Well, the H can't be on this row or column. Okay, the H has to move too. This L is on the row. So it's either, see if the L is here, L something I. I kind of think the L has to be at the bottom, in which case it's LURCH. Okay, so I think the bottom word is going to be lurch. So I'm going to put the L there. If it turns green, there's a good idea it's lurch because both the H and the C can be put here, logically speaking. All right, so now we've got another word. We got 3 left, and we hopefully will get it here. This word is going to, it's not impel, right? Oh, it's probably that thing's going to, no. All right, so what is this word here? It's going to be mammoth, MAMMOTH. So this T goes here. Yeah, again, we're right on the same wavelength there, mammoth. Let's see, we have this word gum, so that we may have the 2 dudes are up here. So what is this? Where's the S gonna go? We have a D and an S to place. So it's dispel. Yeah, dispel. All right. So that's gonna go there, and this is gonna go there. All right. 18. Not. I made one mistake, or we would have got it in 17. So either way, you see this 18. That's a little over par, but we still got the 3 stars. Other players 27.1 there. That means it was a relatively hard one. I really enjoy the game, though. I mean, I wouldn't do it if I don't enjoy it. Let's move along to the connections or the conniption fit. That's from the fine folks at the New York Times International.com. All right, so we got here 16 words and or short phrases. In this case, it's just words, it looks like. You got to group them into 4, logically into groups of 4. We don't know what the categories are, but we got to suss those out. Okay, we got sharp. It's a bunch of musical stuff here already. Sharp, pitch, flat. But all these things could be a lot of things. Heater. Heater could be a gun. Clog, jam. Those are kind of related. Boost. Glute. Interesting. I don't know what a glute is. Plug. Wedge. There's a bunch of things that look like hype. Oh, hype. Bop. Thorn. Banger. Morgan. And mule. Oof. Okay, here, let's see what we want to do here. What looks good as a possibility here? Morgan, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, you know, clog, a jam, a plug. Is that, I mean, those clog, jam, plug, and then what? But then what would the 3rd thing? What would the 4th thing be? Yeah, I was kind of thinking wedge too. Should we try it? What do you think? Should we try wedge, plug, clog, jam? Let me look. I want to think a little bit here. Thorn, things that are sharp, you know, thorn. But I don't see any things that are sharp. Mule. Right, mule skin. Or mule could be kind of shoe. So could a wedge. So could a flat. Kind of a shoe, but I don't. And so could a clog. clog, a wedge, a flat, and a mule could be kinds of shoes. I'm not that convinced that clog, plug, jam, and wedge are right. Because wedge doesn't fit that well. I'm going to go with my instinct. A clog, a wedge, a mule, and a flat kinds of shoes. Instincts. It wasn't what we thought. But all right, so that's always a good start when we get through. Because now we only have 12 to deal with. All right, I'm going to shuffle these. Let's get an idea. Okay, thorn, pitch, sharp, plug, hype, jam, Morgan, heater, glute, banger, bop. What is that even supposed to mean? And boost. I mean, like, hype and boost, like to hype something, to promote something. To pitch would be to promote something, and to plug. So all these things are to promote something. So if I plug a product, I'm pitching a product, I'm hyping a product, or I'm boosting a product. That's the only one I'm a little worried about. It could be jam. I mean, what would these? I think this is right. I think this is promoting products, publicizing. That's fine. The next one we're going to do, again, now we only have to do one, and we all have to figure out, which of these is thing, and then we get the other one falls out. So we're doing quite well today. So far, we can get up to 4 wrong. We haven't got any red. Okay, thorn. This is where it gets hard, though. This is where the rubber meets the road. Thorn, jam, Morgan, heater, glute, banger, bop, and sharp. There's probably wordplay involved here. Of course, a bop, a jam, a banger, and a heater could be slang for parties. Let's try it. Anthem. Okay, well, it was what I thought. I thought it was a party, but they're saying anthem. Okay, that makes kind of sense too, I guess. Anyway, glute, thorn, Morgan, and sharp. We don't need to know what the category is, but I kind of want to figure it out if we can. So let me think about this. I'm sure it's okay. Oh yeah, I got it already. Okay, it's lute, horn, organ, and harp. Right? You take a letter off, and it forms a musical instrument. And in fact, we probably should have found that earlier. You know what I mean? So, it's a musical instrument plus 1 letter. Plus the starting letter. We got it today. Well, we got one more game to do, which is, it's just going to be the Octurtle. That's, similar to the Wordle, which I already did today. I would do that first thing in the morning. We'll do the hardest one, which is the rescue, except you got to solve for 8 separate different 5-letter words here at the same time. Let's see, we have C-U-R. It could be curve. It could also be curvy with a Y, though. I'm a little worried about this one. Then what do we got here? C. Yeah, let's see. This could be a bunch of things. Could be creek or croc. Oh, because we have very few vowels here. We may have to come up with a strategy word here. Because we need an O, E, and a Y. And maybe something else. Let's try. I mean, it's risky. Let me think about it, because these are. Let me see if I can find one that I can definitely get it. Otherwise, I'm going to use fogey, F-O-G-E-Y, because that'll give us the O, the E, the Y, F, and the G. But then we have to get them all right. But see, we don't even have anything up there. This one here is going to be S-L, like slosh, or it could be. Okay, I'm going to do this. We're going to do F-O-G-E-Y, just because it's use letters. Now we have to get them all right, but at least I have almost all the letters. Yeah, so now I know it's curve, right? Because the E has to be an E, C-U-R blank E, okay? And then the V is useful. This is coming along here. Let's see, we have an A-E, and it's going to be haven, H-A-V-E-N. E-N on the lower left there. Okay, that one's easy enough. Now we know this word here is most likely crook. C-R-O. Oh, and it can't be croc because there's no C there. So it has to be crook. C-R-O-O-K, which I would not have guessed from those letters. So we're doing good. Okay, now we know we have loopy on the here. That's all spelled out for us. L-O-O-P-Y. It can only be loopy. And let's see, what else we got here? Let's see, there's a G. So it could be, what could that word be? It could be dodgy. Let's try it. D-O-D-G-Y, dodgy. Because D is available. Cross my fingers. Nice. Okay. That's good because that gave us the D, which is used down here. That's going to be helpful here. So now we know this word starts with a D. We didn't even know it had D in it before. And we know it has a C, an E, and an R. So it's going to be decor, D-E-C-O-R. Right? That fits those. Yes, perfect. Oh. All right, we're 2 down. We only have 2 guesses to get the last 2 words, but we do have a good, at least now we're in a good position. So it's S-L-O something H. Right? Yeah, so slosh. S-L-O-S-H, which I thought it was, but now we know it is. And the final word. This is going to be the only moderately hard one here. We have we know where the U and the E is, but there is an S and an A to place. So I think this word has to be amuse. A-M-S-U, because that fits, right? And the M is available. Pretty sure. All right, that was a win of the Daily Rescue. I always have a good time with that one. And I only get about 6. I think I win about 60%. I always like to say I win about half of those, but I think I do a little better than half. So that's the big brain games for today. Well, there's going to be a short break because it takes me like at least 4 or 5 minutes to set up my piano. But I'm looking forward to doing my standard set of Ken's Piano Lounge tunes today. Let me come here for a second. So I'll put my mid-roll on. But, I'm going to be lazy, so it'll probably take me a little while to get my stuff together here. All right, here's the mid-roll. Hello, welcome back. Let me get this going. I got my piano set up. I got my piano on. Got my camera set up. Things seem to be working. We'll warm up a little bit. Welcome to Ken's Piano Lounge. Mess my camera up here. Just having fun messing with my camera. All right, I gotta readjust it every single time. It's a little bit different. Not exactly the same. That's fine. All right. What is Ken's Piano Lounge? Nobody asked that question, but I'm still gonna answer the question anyway. Is this actually a list of songs? Is Ken that I've memorized? Like Peaches, which I never start with. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown. If I had my little way, I'd eat peaches every day, sun-soaking bulges in the shade. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I took a nap where the roots all twist. I squished a rotten peach in my fist, and I dreamed about you, woman. I poked my finger down inside to make a little room for an ant to hide with nature's candy in my hand, or cat or pie. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Peaches. It's about a boy and his love for his favorite. Guys, the rest of these are going to be instrumental. Okay, let's say a little prayer here. Say a little prayer there. Joe Jackson there. I'm on my Diet Coke. Enjoying my Diet Coke. All right. Welcome. Let's have an adult beverage if you like. Let's go. Sorry. Oh, Flashdance. All right, next is Girl from Ipanema. Do I know that song? Let's find out. All right, little Todd songs, some Todd songs. Just One Victory, this first one. Another one of those. Okay, what's the next song I feel like doing? Uh, little Stevie Wonder here. Oh, Stevie Wonder. What's the next one here? Just the two of us. Why not? Okay, let's all steal hands, peg, well, whatever this what is. Okay, let's see what's the next song. Oh, we've only just begun by Paul Williams. For the Carpenters. All right, we still got quite a bit of songs to do here. Should we do Can You Read My Mind for Superman the movie? Yeah, we should. It's by John Williams. time for a little Visceraldi. Close. I'll get it. Been a while since I played this one. Thank you for coming by. I do hope you enjoyed. Up, up, and away. You're very welcome. I think just one more song. I've got more songs I could play, but one more song just due to time constraints. I have a whole nother section of the show, which would be Lego building. Sit on the floor, no face cameras, sitting on the floor and building more of my R2-D2 Lego that I purchased recently. All right, last song is Up Where You Belong from Officer and a Gentleman. You're very welcome. Thanks for visiting the lounge. Of course, the lounge will repeat. Hold on. The lounge will repeat someday in the near future. Tomorrow, however, is going to be a Rocksmith base day. Basically, my stream is. You're very welcome. Come by next time. The stream is very similar. I fly around Microsoft Flight Simulator. We take the break, do the big break games, take the break. Then it's either me doing a Ken's Panel Lounge. Sometimes I pick up a guitar. This is the next guitar in order. What am I? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I listened to my lounge act the next day, and I'm like, I should be a professional piano player, but I'm not a professional software engineer. It pays pretty well. Maybe in my dreams someday I'll be a professional piano player. This is the guitar. This is my fancy cheap guitar. I really like it. I bought it on Amazon for sight unseen, but it's a lovely guitar. But again, tomorrow is Rocksmith Base Day. All right, we're not in. I have a whole nother third of the show. What I like to call this the third half of the show. The third half of the show is going to be me building Lego. I'm not going to talk too much. Well, I will be talking, but it's going to take me a few minutes to set. I have to take my piano off and put it down, set it up. It's going to be 5 minutes or so between now and the Lego build. I'll probably be building Lego for about an hour. I'll show you what I'm building. I'm building the R2-D2 kit. And I basically do, not every time, but every couple of months I'll be building Lego as part of the stream. This is the fourth of, I think, either 5 or 6 builds to complete this thing, but we do have the body and the head. I'll show you in a second. Again, so I gotta bust everything down here. So give me a few minutes. Actually, I'm gonna put my mid-roll on again. It'll say music is on the other side, but it's not. I'm in the Lego category. Okay, a couple things I'm going to do here. lights on so far you can see this. All right. So if you want to chat with me, I might or may not be able to see Twitch chat on YouTube. But I am opening up my Twitch. Nobody really chats on Twitch. It's not a big deal. I am going to open up my own live stream here. There we are. There we go. Now I can kind of monitor my chat there. Okay, this is going to be a little bit further here. There we go. All right. The Star Wars, this particular kit, pretty common kit. It was on sale at Amazon, you know, delivered. It's this R2-D2 here. So there's a big one. There's a UCS one. I think over 3,000 pieces. This one has about 1,000 pieces. I believe I don't remember exactly. Okay, so we're on bag 8. Anyway, we've completed the body and the head. The head is on a swivel. It's a separate thing, and then so the body thing, and then we have to complete the legs. Hopefully we'll get at least one of the legs done today, but we'll see. The plan is to do at least bag 8 and 9. And then there's 3, there's 10, 11, and 12. But if I get to 10, maybe we'll do 10 today, and then we'll just do 2 more next time. We'll see how it goes. Okay, bag 8 is opened. I think we're done with the decals. Maybe there's one left there. Okay, here's the bigger pieces. Here's the smaller pieces. I'll adjust this slightly. Okay. All right. Let's put that over there. Kitty wants to help, of course. Just mess these up. All right. So we're going to build a leg. I have a feeling. All right, so it wants to start with these 2. We're going to stack them up on top of each other to double them. Now we need one of these. That's going to go here. Like that. This piece here. Yes. It's going to go like that. On the edge, right? Yeah, perfecto. It's a little boat, but it's an arm. All right, now one of these. That's going to go here. Right there. That stubby thing. All right, now 2 of some interesting looking piece. Here we are. Both of them are right here. Let's see. So that's gonna go here. This piece is gonna go here. Perfecto. Let's see. 2 of these white graduated pieces. One is there. Here's the other one. Very good. Okay, how is this going to work here? Like one's here and one is there. Right? To be hanging out over that shape like that. Looks perfect. All right, now we need one of these. Well, actually, what does that look like? I think it's that piece. Okay, and this other major stair. All right, so the stair is gonna go like that, and this piece here, a little blue, dark blue piece is gonna go there, making that shape. Yep, perfect. Okay, now we need one of these and 2 of something I will have to search out. I have a feeling in the small pieces. There's like. Is this one of them? Yeah, that does look like it. So there's hopefully 2 of those. Yep, there's 2 of them. 1, 2. All right, so how are they going to go? So this piece, slightly darker gray, is going to go there, and these pieces are going to go to the sides. Facing out, perfecto. Doing that shape, perfecto. Okay, so now we need one of these, dark blue, 2 by 2 and a white 1 by 2. There it is. Okay, so the white 1 by 2 goes here. And the blue one goes in the middle there. Perfect. 244. All right, we need 2 curved guys. Curved covers, and they're going to go perfect. there and there. Like that. Okay, now we're going to need 2 barrels. 2 of these cat dudes. That's 1, 2. Okay, so let's see. The caps are going to go where? One cap goes there, interestingly. One cap's going to go here. And then these barrel dudes are going to go one like that and one like that. Okay. Does it look like the shape? It is, I believe it does. Okay. Moving on to step 246. We're going to need this dude here. One of these. And one of this guy. That color, I believe. Right? Yeah. Okay, close enough. All right, so this, turn this upside down. This is going to go here. That piece goes there. And then that's going to get onto the top there. Okay. Now, what are these pieces that I need here? Okay, got it. This piece here, and let's see, what's the last one? This one. Oh. All right, where's that gonna go? All right, okay. Ooh, oh, 2 of these, right? 2, 1, 2. Very good. Or actually, it needs 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right. So let's see how this works here. This one's gonna go where? I think just there. This one will go across from it. Right? And then there's an empty space. So that one's going to go more like there. And here. There. Or here. And this piece is going to go in there. And then the last piece, this one, is going to go right here. To make that shape. That's good. Yeah, it does. Perfect. All right, so now we need another 2 of these. And one of, I don't know what that is. That piece. This one here. Got them. All right, so how are these going to go? Let's see. Hold this like this. I guess this piece goes here. And that piece is between them. And another piece there. So both looking like that shape there. Very good. All right, 2 more of these guys. And one little gripper dude. Here's a little gripper dude. Okay, so this one is going to go here. This one's going to go there. Oops. Press that up. It goes one way. And then where's this guy going to go? Oh, yeah, he goes in the middle. Facing that way. Like that. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Again, we're working on one of the 2 legs. It's basically going to be 2 identical ones, basically, but not quite basically because they're symmetrical. There we go. All right, 1 cap, one of these guys. One thing that looks like that. And one of these kind of corner dude, cap dudes. Okay, very nice. Oh, and one of that piece here. Right, perfect. All right, so start with this. With that piece facing that way. Cap on this square here. This one here. And then that going facing like that to make that shape. QA has passed. All right, what's the next thing going here? Okay, so it shows it kind of slotting in here. So like that. Is it all in the right kind of position at the angle? Yeah, looks good. Okay. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 corner. 2 of these 3x1s. and one of this kind of piece here. Okay, so let's build that. Start with a 3x1, put one of these on top of it. Take that graduated height dude there. Take another one of these, put that there, according to this picture. And then finally, oh no, and then we have another of this piece to place underneath that. Okay. Let's do this in order. Okay, so this piece is there, there's white piece there, there's no piece there, and then the last thing we do is we take this, put this on here first, probably it's easier that way. And then that's gonna go, let's see, holding this piece like this, like that. No, that looks good. All right, so that's gonna go facing this way up. Like that. Okay, is that right? It is. Perfecto. Very nice. All right, next one, we need one of these. One of, let's see, where's that guy gonna be? Right here. Yep, that's it. All right, so take hold of this way and then put this in there. And that's gonna go where? Like this way. I think that's right. There's a little bit of a gap there, but I think that's okay. No, that's fine. No gap needed. All right, let's see. All right, next piece, we're gonna need one of these, two of these, and one of these. All right, so start with this one. That's gonna go on like that. And then the corner piece is gonna go under it. This goes into there. And then this is gonna go over that piece, perhaps. Yeah. Like that, to make that shape. And then number 4 is also gonna be kind of like that. Make that shape there. Is that right? Looks really good. Okay, and that's gonna go facing, let's see, like that. Yep. All right, and we need 2 of, or is one of these, and that's gonna go here. That shape. It's all looking good. Moving on to the next. Let's see. Okay. One of these. This piece here. This piece here. And one of these. Okay, we've achieved all the little pieces. All right, so this is going to be here. This is going to go on like that. That piece goes there. This piece goes next to it. And then the corner piece is going to go like that. Let's make that shape. Perfecto. And that's going to go where? Okay, we're going to turn this look like that. And it's going to go on this side. Right here. All right. Okay, is that the right place? I think it is. All the right little extra thingies sticking out that need to stick out. Okay, moving on. We need this piece here and one of these. Okay, so this piece is gonna go facing up. Like that with a little grabber facing up. That's always important. Grabber faces up, and the little white piece goes next to it on top of it there. Yeah, we need one of these. We need one of these. We need two of these. And one of these. All right, so now we're going to build another one of these thingies. Okay, so we start with this. Facing that orientation. We put this guy on. We get the orientation right there. Okay, that is correct. Okay, so step number 2, we take this. That's going to go on underneath it. Okay, so holding this like this. I think we just want us to do that. Still looks correct. Okay, then we need to do this here. And this piece here. Just wondering whether that looks like it's supposed to. A little tricky to tell. I think I put it together correctly. Well, I'll find out in a second because it's not going to fit if it doesn't fit. Okay, it's supposed to go here. But it does fit, so I did it right. Perfect. Next piece. Okay, we're going to need one of these, two of these. All right, so these are going to go on top of the smaller side there, and then it's going to stack there. And those are going to go inside the leg. Oh, on this, around this thing here, on the gripper, like that. Perfecto. All right, one of these, one of these, and one of these. All right, so start with this. This piece is going to go here on this edge right there. And that's going to stick out a ways. Okay, like that. And that's going to go here. Very nice. Getting a leg, R2-D2 leg together. Gotta make 2 of these. I don't think I'll finish the second leg today, though. I mean, we're gonna do a whole other bag. We are doing another bag, but maybe not 2 bags. Let's see. Actually, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, yeah, you do the legs, but then there's also the feet, which are separate pieces. Okay, we need one of these. We need one of these. All right, holding this like this. This piece is gonna go on that side. And that's gonna go where? Like here. There. Perfecto. That's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Okay, now we got this item here. It's going to go in the bottom. Around there. Perfect. Then we go back here. Take our R2-D2 model. This is the front. Okay, that's the front, so you can see what it looks like there. And this is the leg. Okay, once this turns like that, and then it's gonna go where? I guess it kind of has to go in through this piece here. Yeah. And then let's that turn like that, right? Is that the right place? It looks like the picture if I hold it up exactly the right angle. Yeah, I think it does. They should tell you exactly which one of these little things to put through. But anyway, we can change it. We can fix that. All right, there's still more things to do. Oh yeah, now we're gonna seal it in though. So yeah. All right, we're gonna need that piece. We're gonna need that piece. We're gonna need probably both of these pieces. We're gonna need both of these pieces. That piece. Okay, let's start here. This little round circular thing goes right on that end of it. Then these get stacked and put next to that circle. And then these guys are on the edge, right? Oh no, but they're right. They're there. And then finally, the red dude on the bottom, like that. And that's gonna go where? how's this gonna go? It's gonna go like this. Okay, I got it. Not complicated. And that kind of. I don't know what that's supposed to do. But it looks like it's in the correct position. Figured it out. All right. All right. And there's a little more kind of detailing work to do. So let's finish that up. We got the dowel. We got this piece here. We got this piece here. And we got a gripper piece there. Okay. So start with a gripper. Put this underneath it. Gripper's facing that way. Second thing to do is to put this holding that way into the gripper. Now it is connected. And this guy goes into that guy. And that guy is going to look like what? Where's, okay, it goes into that gripper there. Perfect. Easy. Like that. There. Perfect. And, okay. Oh, one more thing to do. There should be this guy here. And they just want us to put that onto this guy here. All right. All right, it moves back further than it moves forward. Interesting. It's a very complicated little design there, mechanical design. I was impressed. Okay, I think these are extras. We're gonna do one more bag, bag number 9. Put these here for now, in case we need them. Give me a second. Secure these so they're not flying. If we can. All right. Bag number 9 coming up, but that'll be the last bag of the day. I can leave a little relaxations. Is this bag number 9 or 6? Yeah, we're already on 6, so it has to be 9. Okay, nothing stuck in there. Move these bigger pieces over here. And the smaller pieces. Aw. Interesting. Alrighty. Oops. That's fine. Oh, that piece goes here. It's all good. All right, start with bag number 9. Yeah, okay, we're building with the foot. Okay, so the foot is a separate thing than the leg. All right, let's start with the foot. Okay, 1 of these and 4 of what? I think these are these items here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have 4 of them. All right, so starting this upside down, and then these are going to go in the corners. So let's see if we can get these to fit in the corners. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the corners. Very nice. Now we're going to need 2 of these. Hello, Mr. Mo. 2 of these. 2 of these. Okay. So the white piece goes, it doesn't matter. White piece goes in the middle. Single pieces go on the ends. 1 by 1s go on the ends. Make those nice and even. And then these pieces go between them. So we put those between them to make that shape. All right, now we're going to need to gather a bunch of stuff. Okay, so we need 2 of these 1x2s. Well, there they are, right? There they are. A red 4x1, or brown, I guess. We need one of these things with a gripper on it. Here it is. Perfect. And one more of these ones with rounded edges. There it is. Perfect. Okay, let's build those on here. So let's see. This rounded one is going to go here. This gripper guy goes here. Okay, yeah, and then these two guys go there, one here, one here, and then that kind of red one is gonna go in between them, leaving a little space. Like that shape. Perfecto. All right, we need two of these wedges. They're gonna go facing that way. One's on, the other is on. There we go, wedges. All right, two of one and two of these. Very good. All right, so one's gonna face in. Well, they're both gonna face inward, so one face like that. Very nice to make that shape. Yeah, it certainly looks like a foot. Okay, two of these bigger guys. And they're gonna go next to them. That. And like that. Oh, no, not like that. Like this. To make that shape. Exactamundo. Alright, so now we're gonna take one of these and one of these. Holding it like that. That piece is gonna go on the top. 1, 2, 3 of, or two of these. 1, 2. One goes there, one goes here. Next, we need one of these. That's gonna go in the short direction, goes in that side. Short direction goes in that side to make that shape. We need one more of these and two of these. Okay, so first we're going to take this. These are going to get inserted this direction from the back. How it matters. They're the same. All right, so these get inserted. Then what? And this just gets stuck on like that. To make that shape, I'm believing. Well, looks right. Looks pretty good. Green, and those two things are sticking out. Okay, let's keep moving. All right, so now we're gonna need this kind of cross connector guy. There it goes, like that. And one of these and one of these. Okay, so the barrel goes on, the black barrel goes on this one, and this red 3 guy goes there, I believe. All right, so now we're gonna need this piece and this one, right? One of each. All right, holding this piece like that. This is gonna go in here. And then holding this piece like that. Okay, yeah, no, this now it's not making any sense. Because unless it goes in here. Okay, I gotta look closely because it's not, if it doesn't attach anything, it's fine. It's not showing it attaching to anything, it's just sitting there, right? Oh, that's what it looks like in the picture. It's not actually attached to anything. All right, let's just keep going. I think it's going to ultimately turn out to be something. All right, so we take this piece. We're gonna take two of these. One goes on there. Another one goes on top of there. Step 2 is we're gonna take two of the red ones, and those go in. Not what you think. Two of the adjacent holes. This one and the one on the right. Like that. And then we have two of these things. Right, one and two of those holy things like that. And finally the curved cap. Oh no, and this piece goes on top of there. This cap goes on top of there. To make this shape here. Looks good. Alright, so how's, and then this goes on here. Right, and that will sort of at least hold it in. But it can move. I get it. No. It's supposed to move like that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's that shape there. Okay, all right, now we need one of these. I believe this is going to go like that. Like that. Where's that going to go? Turn it around. And place that in here somewhere. Where is it going to go? Is that on flat? I think it is. Huh. Perfect. Looks good. That's your foot. All right, it's coming together at least. Okay, now we're going to need two of these. There's 1, 2. They're going to go where? One here. One here. Very nice. Okay, we got a corner unit. And this guy. And one of these, right? Flat dudes. Okay. So this guy is going to be heading onto home. And then, let's see, the corner unit goes facing that direction. And this one goes like that. Got it. Just gonna keep it from moving too much. Very good. Now we need another one of these. This corner unit. So this one is gonna go here. And this corner unit is just gonna go in like that. Got it. I think that's right. Just double checking my picture here. Looks about right. All right, let's keep moving. One of these, two of these. Let's see. So each of these get onto stacked onto here. 1, 2, and these are gonna get stuck where? Ah, there's a thing to stick it on. Grabber. See if I can get that to attach. Got it to attach. All right, so that's there. Perfecto. All right. Oh, yeah. I want to turn this around. Facing that like that. Oh, turn around. Yeah. Facing it. No, facing like this. Okay, there we go. Facing like that. And this facing in that direction with that up there. This has to go into that thing. Got it. Perfect. And there it is. It does move a little bit. It's supposed to move like that. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what it shows it hooking into. I mean, it does look right. It's not going to hook up anywhere else. I believe we were oh no, actually we have some more to do. It's not quite done. I'm going to finish the bag here, but we're getting real close. All right, let's take this standard 4x2 here, and one of these that goes on top of there.
Then we have 4 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're gonna go like 1, oops, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're gonna have 2 of those. Let's see, one is gonna fit on the side there, and the other's gonna fit on the other side here. Okay, now one of these, that's gonna go where? Okay, holding this like this, and that like that. So that's gonna go in like that. Looks pretty good. All right, one of these is gonna go like that. Got it. Interesting. Okay, very good. All right, 2 of these. 1, 2. So one's gonna go here. One's gonna go here. This piece here is gonna go like that, and then a similar piece, I believe. Here is gonna go there. And that looks pretty good. All right, 2 of these. One's gonna go on that side. One's gonna go on the other side. Very nice. And that's gonna go where? Okay, I got it. So that's the inner part of the foot here. Okay, so these are gonna be facing up, and that's gonna be facing that direction. And that's gonna go in onto what? Onto here. Yep, that is what it's supposed to look like. Oh, and then we have these things to plug in here. So this one will go from here. Doesn't really matter. Little power relay systems to here. That plugs in like that. And then this one plugs in here. These little whip things are very handy for Star Wars things. Cables and the like. Okay, let me do this here. Okay. Those are plugged in. Still not quite done, but we have more pieces. Let's complete them. All right, so we're gonna just take this piece here, this piece here. Let's see, hold it this direction with this gripper on that side. Take this piece here and this piece here. Let's see, holding that, yeah, it plugs in like that. And then this one's gonna plug in this direction. Like that. Very good. All right, one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. Let's see. Okay, so this gripper goes onto this thing here. Like that. And this dowel, red dowel, goes onto that piece there. And then finally, let's see, this piece is going to be like vertical. Okay, and then that's going to get stuck someplace. And here, like that shape is what it wants. Very nice. And where's that going to go? It doesn't show it. It doesn't show it going anywhere yet. That's interesting. We just built this piece and then the end of the bag. It doesn't show it attaching it anywhere yet. I mean, I guess we'll need it at some point. I'm kind of curious. You build the other leg. I'm just wondering when do you use that little subsection? Oh, I think it's the thing that sticks off the end, off the head. You know, at the top of the head. I'll show you in a second. I think I know where that goes.
maybe not. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's showing what you're going to do with it. It's a little, okay, so it's a little, there's a couple different things that can fit in here, but basically it's a little tool that you can replace that would go there. But temporarily we're not going to put that, we'll temporarily leave it there, but okay, so all this stuff is extra, right? But yeah, you know, so you don't have to put it on yet, but it's like you can put different things in there. Got it. Okay. Yeah, we got some extra pieces, nothing too major. All right, let's just start with bag 10. That was fun. Give me a second to reset my camera and stuff. We'll see. I'll show you what I've been. What we completed today. Whoop. Sorry about that. I need to move the chair. Give me a second. Oh, I'm really stiff after sitting. Give me 1 or 2 seconds here. Do our outro. Okay, hold on a second here. Almost ready. Switch cameras over. I'm just gonna put away a bunch of stuff here. Put my camera here. Put my thingy here. Put my cat right here. Change face cam only. There we go. Nice to see. Oh no, I love the Lego. Thank you. I don't. Yeah, I probably wasn't reading your chat. You probably said that half an hour ago. Oh, got a kitty. Got a kitty. Got a kitty right there. There's Mo. Oh, uh-oh. He's gonna roar. He's a lion. He's a lion who likes to roar. He's like 16 years old. He's an older cat, so he gets his respect. Meow. 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 Say something, Mo. Say something, Mo. Oh, he's not gonna say anything. All right. Well, we've been doing this for 3 hours. Normally my streams are less than 2 hours, but when I do the Lego, it adds an hour. But you know, tomorrow's Monday. I am working, but I'll be working from home, so I'm gonna take a break during my work day right around 11:30 a.m. I'm gonna be flying around for 45 minutes or so. We'll do the big brain games. And then I believe it's a Rocksmith bass day tomorrow. So I'll be practicing rip out my Fender bass, and I'll just be playing Rocksmith. You know, it's real songs you play along with. If you haven't seen it before, you can go. There's our whole category for Rocksmith. So lots of people are doing it. Let's see what's going on here. Nothing really. Anyway, I had such a good time. I had such a good time today that I'm going to do the whole thing again tomorrow and 5 days a week for the foreseeable future. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. See you guys next time.